Hi everybody and welcome to Advent of Code in COBOL. As you can see, I've already done some of this. This is year 2015, it's where I'm starting, and I thought I'd make some videos about it because maybe it'll interest somebody, not sure who, but maybe it will. So let's start with number one. You can see go to Advent of Code column 2015. Haven't yet worked out how to set this year. By clicking somewhere on the page, I just added it to the end. Okay, cool. Day one, not quite Lisp. Santa was hoping for a white Christmas, but his weather machine's snow function is powered by stars and needs a fresh out. To save Christmas, he needs to collect 50 stars by December 25th. Okay, good. Collect stars for helping Santa solve puzzles. 2 puzzles will be made available each day in the Advent calendar. The second puzzle is unlocked when you complete the first. Every puzzle grants 1 star. Good luck. Hurrah! Here's an easy puzzle to warm you up. Okay, Santa's trying to deliver presents in a large apartment building, but he can't find the right floor. The directions he got are a little confusing. He starts on the ground floor, floor 0, and then follows the instructions one character at a time. An opening parenthesis means he should go up 1 floor, and a closing parenthesis means he should go down 1 floor. The apartment building is very tall, and the basement is very deep. He will never find the top or bottom floors. For example, open, open, close, close, and open, close, both result in floor 0. Open, 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 and open, close, open, close, open, both result in floor 3. Close, close, etc. Floor 3, blah blah blah, floor -1, floor -3. To what floor do the instructions take Santa? How do I get to my puzzle input? Okay, let me get my puzzle input. Oh, it's a lot of input. Cool. I can probably just save this under, can't I? Save under Advent of Code 2015, day 1, input.txt. Cool. Okie dokie. Now let's see what's going on here. So, okay. VC input.txt. It's just one line, 7,000 characters. That sounds good. 7,000 characters in one line. That's a lot. So let's start. I've already got it. Let's start a new COBOL file to read that. Identification division program ID part 01. Environment division, input output section, file control, select in file assigned to, let's use a test.txt to begin with. Organization is, well, it doesn't really matter because it's only reading one line. Okay, data division, file section, 50 in file, we have one record, 01, in line, let's call it, pick X, let's make it 8,000, just to be on the safe side, values, no, sorry, I can't set spaces, can I? Oh, that's not good. Then we have a working storage section for our data. What do we need? We're going to have a in file state, pick X, 88 in file EOF, value X, who cares? We're just reading one line anyway, so this is a little bit of overkill. Procedure division. Let's start with a 100 main, and let's start with an open input in file, and let's just do a read. We don't actually need an in file state, do we? Read in file. Not at end, perform 200 pass line. end read, close in file. Let's just do a go back at the moment. 200 parse line. Let's just check to see if it's working. Display inline. Cool. Let's see if that works, or see what I've broken. And I'm just calling that a test.txt. So cat goes to test.txt. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And let's see if this works. Cob C. Plus 0, 1 got cob. We need a -x. And path 0, 1. Let's see what I got wrong. Syntax error, missing data, expecting sequential, line 9. Okay, so we need to write something here. Organization is line sequential. Let's use the microfocus. I missed out the dot at the end. That was possibly the mistake. Okay, seems to work. Because it's got 8,000 characters, there's a lot of space here. Okay, now we've just got to count stuff. What's the easy way to do this? We're going to have an index. I usage is index. And we need to have a bracket count. Pick 9. Let's go up to that many. That should be enough. Value is 0. Okay. And we need to have a inline state or something. Yes, an inline state out of this. I don't think we need it. Let's see. We have to stop when we reach the first space. That's the question I'm asking myself at the moment. So perform varying I from 1 to by 1 until okay, first thing is I is greater than 8,000 or current car is space. Okay, so we need a current car. It's just a pick X, and we need this with a test after, having it set current car. Okay, then we need an I greater than 8,000, will equal to 8,000 will be correct with the test after. Okay, evaluate. Now let's take this into another paragraph. So 300 parse car. Okay. Where are we here? 71, that's okay. Let's put this here. Oh no, got that wrong. Right, okay. Good. So let's make a 300 parse car. Move inline I to current car. Evaluate current car when add. Oh, we need a current floor, a bracket count. Okay, do bracket count when subtract 1 from bracket count when. Actually, that's all. And evaluate. Okay. Let's see what this now does. Okay, unexpected procedure, 24. Okay, missed off the dot at the end. 37. Oh, he doesn't like that. Current cut is space. Then let's make it a line state. Oh, we can do it here. 88 is space value spaces. That's good. Let's do it like that. We don't need this. It goes away. Or is space. Inline cannot be subscripted. Yes, indeed. That's wrong. It's a string subscript, so it's like that. Cool. Well, it ran. Let's output the bracket count. Display bracket count. Bracket count. 0001. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Makes sense, doesn't it? 3 shut. 4 open. Let's change it. Now we know that works. We don't have to print that out. It's a little bit too much for me. Cat goes to test.text. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1. That should be -1, I think. Oh, we need to have negative numbers as well, don't we? Put a sign here. Oh no. Go away. Okay, now we've got the negative numbers. So this looks like it could be correct. And that's, I think it was input.text. See if that works. We're now at 280. And since I've already done this, I think I did this in Go. Forget here, 280. Now given the same instructions, find the position of the first character that causes him to enter the basement of floor -1. The first character in the instructions is position 1, the second character is position 2, and so on. Okay. Good. Well, the easy way to do this is to add here an 88 is in basement. Is negative. Make it easy as -1. Make it exactly what we're doing. Value -1. Okay. Or oh, hang on. Let's copy this. Yeah, let's copy this. I don't want to change too much here. Okay. So do this. Okay. Now we have bracket count value 0. 88 is -1. Value -1. Okay, or is space, or is -1. Actually, we don't need the bracket count anymore if we do this. Yes, of course we do. We need to find out if it's -1. Display index E. Okay, that could be enough. Let's see. And let's make it test.txt. Does test.txt get negative? Yes, it does. It gets negative here, position 5. So let's see what it does. Position 5 looks good. Let's see if this works for input. 1797, is that correct? Yes, it is. That's what I got the last time I did this. Okay, one thing I think may be confusing for people coming from other programming languages is this 88. 88 allows you to specify certain signal values, certain values have a certain meaning. So bracket count is just a sign. That's what this means. Number with 4 places. That's what this 9 brackets, open brackets 4, close brackets means. The open brackets 4, close brackets is just a short form. It does the same thing as that. It's set to 0 when it's created. Value of 0. This is one of these COBOL things. You can write zeros, you can write zeros, you can write zeros. You can probably write that and it'll be okay. Use all sorts of different spellings for words. Usage as index is, yeah, no real need for it in this program. That means that it uses a standard binary number rather than this. This is not a binary number. This is, I did think it's a binary coded, no, it's a binary coded decimal, but it's not a packed decimal, this number. So I think this really uses 4 bytes storage to do this. There's also a packed decimal which puts 2 decimal numbers in 1 byte, which I think is I think nowadays it's usage as packed decimal, it's called, rather than usage as index. So you can say usage is index and that defines a data type, or you can have one of these pick things and that also defines a data type. Pick X means it's 1 alphanumeric character. In this case, I think pick A would have worked as well. I think alphabetic includes all characters apart from the numbers. I'm not sure, so I tend to use X. What else is a little bit odd here? You can see the basic structure of a COBOL program. At the top, you say something about the program. There are lots of fields you can mention here, like the author, date written, that sort of thing. It's meta information about the program. Nowadays, you wouldn't have meta information here. You'd have it in your Git repo or whatever. You have an environment division here, which explains something about what has to be there for the program to run, what the program expects. It's not just there's a file here. You could also add things like what sort of computer it's expected to run on, what sort of computer it was built on, that sort of thing. The data division here defines all memory locations which are used by the program. All memory locations for data, I should say, which are used by the program. So there are no local variables. Every variable is global, and every procedure or every paragraph, as they are here, so this is a paragraph, that's a paragraph, is able to write to pretty much everything here. Okay. Then in the procedure division, this is where execution starts, and it just starts by going straight forwards. This label is ignored, and it carries on. It works through all of this, and then it gets to this go back and it stops. This perform jumps with control to 200 pass line, and it performs 200 pass line until it gets to the end, which is this single dot here. Actually, it's this thing before the next paragraph. Then, yeah, I've got these signal values. So if bracket count is -1, then this thing is -1 becomes true. And 88 is a variable which is either true or false. Current car is a character. If it is a space, or spaces I've written, doesn't matter, it becomes true. So that's how I can check here until I is 8,000, or is space, or is -1. I've done a with test after here because if space isn't actually defined to begin with. It gets the default value of current car, pick X, which I think is going to be low value. So it's not going to be a space. Or is it a space? Low value? No, it's not. Low value isn't a space, is it? Okay, at least I don't think it is. Best to set that explicitly what you want. So it tests afterwards, and I've done it test afterwards. I know that in 300 pass car, I'm setting current car. Doing that by using string subscripting. That means at position I in the string, take one character, move that to current car. And I evaluate the current car, and I just check if you're an open brace, open bracket, then add one to bracket count. If you're a closed bracket, then subtract one for bracket count. No problem. That was the whole program. Okie dokie. Hope this was of interest to somebody. Have the nicest of days.